All right, right here we have developer provided footage. This is beta gameplay footage subject to change, which shows the true power of the Infinity Watch team. And boy, they look quite good. Looks like this is going to be the solution to the Heroes for Hire problem, right? It also suggests that they're going to be very strong inside of Arena. We got footage of them walking over Black Order and hybrid teams, teams that have like Kestrel and Silver Surfer and Doom. And we're going to go over the Phyla-Vell kit because oh boy, the importance of Death Proof on this team just went up through the roof. Death Proof is a big deal on this team, as well as Safeguard. So a large part of this video, we're going to be talking about the importance of Safeguard and Death Proof on this team. And then we'll have some commentary about whether this is going to be good for the game, because we're having massive power creep. What is it going to look like having mirror matches? How are you going to get this team if there's no access to Polaris? Those are some concerns I have about this team. First things first, let's just get right to the Phyla-Vell kit. And we're going to start with the passive, because the passives on spawn apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all Infinity Watch allies. When this character or any Infinity Watch ally drops below 50% max health, apply 2 death proof to that character. It's also noted that I believe it's because of Moondragon's passive. They will also be getting defense up and deflect when they drop below 50% health. Now, why is this death proof important? Well, because of Adam Warlock's passive, and these kits are complicated, my goodness. Adam Warlock's kit says that when you get death proof, the whole team gets Safeguard. And what is Safeguard? Safeguard is that new mechanic that was introduced with this team, where basically positive effects cannot be flipped and they can't be removed. So they're going to get these positive effects and they're not going away. You can still apply negative effects, and that's where I think immunity is going to be a big deal, to apply immunity before this death proof happens, because when they drop below 50%, then a lot of this stuff won't happen. Now, why is death proof such a big deal? While this character has death proof, gain 50% drain. They're going to get all their health back when they do damage. While any Infinity Watch has death proof, that ally gains 50% drain. Wow. And then, of course, gain 30% damage. Infinity Watch allies gain 30% damage. Lower enemy crit chance by 15%. While this character does not have ability block. And I'm thinking about this 30% damage in Gamora. Scary. So let's explain a couple things. When somebody drops below 50% on this team, they're going to get death proof, defense up, and deflect. While they have death proof, they're going to have drain, and they're going to get Safeguard. The Safeguard's going to re-up. Kind of a big deal. Let's go up a little bit. We're going to do her special first, because this is going to happen turn 1. Very powerful. Clear all negative effects from self and all Infinity Watch allies. Clear 2 random effects from all other allies. And then check this. Bury yourself and all allies for 10% of this character's max health. If the Adam Warlock is an ally, bury yourself and all Infinity Watch allies for an additional 10% of this character's max health. And keep in mind, they're going to have death proof. And death proof means if you do damage to them, they're going to be healing back up. Even the footage all shows that. And then attack primary adjacent targets for 350% damage and 25% piercing. She's relatively fast, 115. Adam Warlock's 120, and looks like Moondragon's 113. Her ultimate is 4/6. Attack primary target for 600% damage and 25% piercing. Apply offense down. Applied, and then the defense up is a big deal again. So basically, they're going to have defense up at the start of the battle. And then when she finally gets to do this ability, then it's like re-upping. Apply defense up for 2 turns. Offense up for 2 turns, all Infinity Watch allies. If primary has any positive effects, apply death proof. And then when they get death proof, suddenly they're going to have that drain and Safeguard mechanic, because Adam Warlock's passive says when they get death proof, they're going to get a Safeguard. And keep in mind, Adam Warlock, Nebula, and Gamora all have that Ultron revive mechanic. When they die, they come back to life, and they get death. They get a whole bunch of positive effects. Lots of fun. This whole team is complicated. Basic, attack primary down for target for 300% damage, apply offense down for 2 turns. Chain within 2 spaces of target for 300% damage and apply offense down. And if Moondragon is an ally, this attack cannot be counterattacked. Now, it's interesting. I like that they do this. We have some developer notes. Characters defining attributes. She has very high base damage, and her passive boosts her own damage and Infinity Watch galleries. Yeah, they're bonkers. Not only do they have crazy kits, they have crazy stats. She's a unique protector. She does not have taunt or kit. She applies bear defense up and brings sustain to the team by granting them drain while they have death proof. And you, keep in mind, you're not going to be able to get rid of that death proof, because when they get death proof, they're going to get safeguard. Her kit gets a lot of defensive offense without being a traditional wall. Fortify works well, but it gives her more defense because she hits so hard. Some players will run striker on her. I'm gonna imagine that I'm gonna at least initially I'm gonna try putting skirmisher on Nebula and probably striker on the rest of the team, and to take advantage of that striker skirmisher combo. And because we've got footage of Nebula doing quite a bit of damage with her assists, which happen constantly. Who does this character work best and which team and individual and why? She's most powerful when she's with a full Infinity Watch team. Her pace can't be countered. Moondragon's an ally. So them as a duo could appear on other teams. And I do want to go over Adam Warlock's kits again and all the kits again, because they actually changed Gamora's kit from the blog post. And that's the other thing I want to say is, a lot of this stuff could change, until we actually get our hands on a complete team and get to play it. We don't really know all of the information until it's in the game, because oftentimes there's the way that the kit reads here on paper, the way that the developers want it to work, and then the way that it actually works in game is that all three of those can be different things altogether. Again, Adam Warlock, passive. On spawn, they're going to have defense up, safeguard, immunity, and then and Nebula is going to have speed up, but we'll go over that. So they're all going to have safeguard immunity, but they're also going to have defense up. From an Infinity Watch out, and the defense up is going to come from another passive. If health is the start of the match, revive once. That's like an Ultron type mechanic. On revive, gain death proof and regeneration and defense up. And then again, when he gets death proof, he's going to get safeguard because of his passive down here further. On turn, clear regeneration from all enemies. Boy, get out of the way, Black Order. And then one of the regenerations. If enemy had regeneration, apply regeneration 2 turns, most injured ally. But they're not going to need a lot of health. My God, they're going to be... Oh, that drain mechanic on Phyla-Vell is just going to make them heal up like crazy. When this character drops below 20% health, gain regeneration and safeguard and 2-foot deflect. And then this is probably the key part of the kit right here. When this character in any Infinity Watch ally gains death proof, they get safeguard. And safeguard is the mechanic, which we're going to read here down here, where basically the positive effects on this team can't be flipped and they can't be removed. And I think immunity and being able to apply immunity to them is great. But the problem is that turn one, Nebula is going to go first and she's going to apply evade. So the team, you're going to have to get around the evade, because they're all going to have evade basically as soon as Nebula goes, and she goes very early. Then lower damage by 10%. All enemies gain max health for Infinity Watch and armor. Crazy. I want to read this and then we'll go to the rest of it. Extreme high stats, tied for the highest in the game. He's part of the new Infinity Watch team, Dominate Arena. I believe that we're going to have Black Order 2.0, but this team here appears to be more sustain driven. So this kind of reminds me of that other game I used to play, where there was a lot of sustain and some really annoying revive mechanics. So this team has a lot of sustain and some annoying revive mechanics. JKR, anyone? I don't know. Mirror match on mirror match. Always fun. I don't know, man. His kit features a new positive effect called Safeguard. Safeguard prevents any positive effects of this character to be immune to being flipped or cleared. The Safeguard positive effect cannot be copied or spread. Very good. And then again, Striker. And this is also interesting. I'm hoping, it seems like a lot of these characters might have some use outside of the team, but I think primarily they're going to be used as a full Infinity Watch team, of course. They mentioned right here that Gamora with Adam Warlock is going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure. All right, so then we'll go over this just real quick. Turn one. Special 5/5 attack primary target for 500% damage, ability block for 2 turns. Apply ability block to all enemy villain protectors. Villain protectors would be like Thanos and Call. Apply disrupted to all enemy protectors, and it's unavoidable. Then his turn 2, his ultimate goes off. Apply safeguard to self and all Infinity Watch allies. Attack primary target and apply stun. Chain within 2 space primary target and do a lot of damage and stun. Can't be a counterattacked. Again, very powerful kit, even as a standalone character it appears. And then we here have attack primary target for 350% damage. Prolong the duration of all negative effects, excluding ability to block and stun. Apply bleed for 2 turns primary target. Crazy. Okay. Moondragon. Let's go to her passive before we start looking at the kits again, before we look at the footage. On spawn, if this character has 3 more Infinity Lights, gain charge. Now, charge doesn't really matter on her. It just changes the way her basic attack works, and we'll read that. When this character, any Infinity Watch ally drops below 50% health, apply defense up and 1 deflect to that ally, and then also they will be getting death proof from Phyla's passive as well. Gain focus and resistance, and I think she has probably one of the more straightforward kits of the team. Turn 1 special. Meditation wave. If the primary tag is protector with immunity, flip immunity on primary target, apply immunity to all Infinity Watch allies. Oof. Boy, this seems like anti-Black Order all the way. Clear all positive effects from all enemies. Turn 1, clear all positive effects. It's very powerful. And then do damage. Apply slow. Reduce speed bar on the primary target. Heal allies for max health. Apply defense up. More defense up and deflect. And gain 1,000% focus for this attack. Now, there is footage of this going off against Heroes to Hire, and Heroes to Hire has a ton of resistance when they have charge. Like they get 175% per charge, and this looks like this with that extra focus boost actually was successful in popping off. I didn't see it resist in the footage that was provided. We'll look at that. And then her telepathic burst. Energy cost, heal all allies, lots of health, apply defense down to the enemies for 2 turns, and then do damage. Now, Gamora, we'll read this right here, developer kits, and I want to read Gamora because they changed the kit a little bit on Gamora. Actually, they changed the ability cost on it. Very high health, synergized with healing capabilities. Her turn 1 special clears all positive effects from enemy team, which is available turn 1. Oof. Her ultimate is very powerful. Which also applies defense down before doing the attack, then leaves the team open for empowered Gamora to get some kills. And Gamora looks like she's going to be great. Restoration works well with Moondragon, but you get more out of her ultimate heal. But Fortify also good ISO. So yeah, we could put healer on Moondragon, which makes sense to me. I think that Skirmisher on Nebula and Striker on Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock, Gamora, and Phyla seems to be the way to go. We're going to see. Now, Gamora. Now, they changed this around. I believe before in the last blog post, there's been some changes last Tuesday. This used to read 4-6, and this used to read 3-5. So they changed that. And the reason why this is important is that the special will go off turn 1. Clear death proof on enemies. If enemy had death proof, apply 1 death proof up to a max of 3 to all Infinity Ways. So what happens typically is like Nebula goes and then the safeguard drops down, but Nebula applies all the evasion. Then Gamora goes, and when Gamora goes, she does this AoE, but then if anybody on the other team had death proof, which happens, right? Specifically, I'm thinking about Heroes for Hire, then basically the death proof goes on Nebula, and then as soon as death proof goes back on, then that restarts the safeguard. The safeguard reapplies, and then as soon as the drain, the 50% drain. So this definitely punishes the other team for having death proof, and then this does a lot of damage, and it's great. And it looks, and then I went over this kit before, but basically she's going to be empowered turn 1 if she's on a full Infinity Watch ally. But she when she has no charges, that she becomes empowered. But if she's on a team that has non-Infinity Watch allies, then she has charges. If she's on a team with just her and Adam Warlock, she technically would go empowered on turn 2. So basically, you're not gonna have to worry about she's not gonna be as amazing on a non-Infinity Watch ally team, but it looks like she's gonna be very good on a full Infinity Watch team, of course, because they massively boosted her stats. And then, of course, Her passive, if health started the match, revive once. That Ultron mechanic, which only the whole team doesn't have this, but Adam Warlock has it, Nebula has it, and Gamora has it. On turn, flip defense up. Great. When a character health drops below 30%, apply taunt to the highest health ally and gain more regeneration. Bunch of bonuses to the rest of the team. Fine. Let's read the developer notes because we didn't have this information before. Gamora is gaining massive booster stats across the board. Yeah, she's going to have crazy high health, crazy high damage. For the deadliest woman again, she never really lived with potential. She's getting a new charge mechanic where she gains charge per non-Infinity Watch ally. She loses charge on her turn on each Infinity Watch ally's turn, but she loses 2 on Adam Warlock's turn. When she empowers, all of her abilities change to be more powerful. Like, she gets bleed on her basic. Her attacks, some of her attacks become unavoidable and they don't miss, things like that, right? Crazy good. She does massive damage. Striker. In order to empower quickly, she needs her Infinity Watch allies. If she's with only Adam, she'll be able to empower on turn 2. And then here are her stat boosts. Now, the Gamora, Nebula, it's kind of hard to tell, but there was some questions on whether or not this happened on the assists, and it looks like she's constantly assisting. And I do think that it is going off, but it's kind of hard to tell from the footage. We'll have more clarification later. The main thing is that she's going to go very early, and then she's going to be applying evasion to the whole team, which is very good. And then right here, applied evade to all Infinity Watch allies. So because she goes so early in the match, they're going to basically, the whole team is going to have evasion very early. So there's not much you're going to be able to do this team very early. And then on turn 2, she's going to be giving counterattack to the whole team. And on spawn, she gets speed up. And then basically, she's just going to be assisting constantly. Basically, she's going to assist on every Infinity Watch ally's turn. And then when Gamora goes, when Nebula goes, Gamora will assist her. So you'll see the footage of that. She only gets, she got like a 20% stat boost, but she still kind of looks like she's going to have pretty weak overall. Because she was so weak from the beginning. But the main thing is that she's going to be applying evade to the team, applying counterattack to the team, mostly kit-based, and she's going to be reviving twice. Now, let's go take a look at, I want to look at the Heroes for Hire footage first, because I think that is the main issue, and then we'll look at some Black Order footage, and then we'll look at some cosmic footage with like Doom, Kestrel, Silver Surfer, and such. Now, this is a Kestrel team. So what happens, first things first, the team is basically going to spawn with defense up, immunity, and safeguard. And safeguard says they can't remove or flip negative effects. Now, first thing I'm going to say is that Luke Cage is going to go very early. They're going to get all their positive effects. And then you're going to see Colleen attacking the lowest health. Which is going to be Nebula. It's fine. They're still going early. Notice that she has immunity, so that didn't do that. She didn't do her thing there. She's still getting the ping right there. Okay, so now Nebula takes a turn, and what Nebula does, which is amazing, is she's going to give evasion to the whole team. Fantastic. Look at everybody's got evasion right here. So it's still good. Now, the safeguard did drop off of Nebula for now. But Gamora is going to go, right? Gamora is going to go right here, and Gamora is basically going to clear the death proof. Let's see if that actually happens. I believe it's going to get resisted. Yeah, she wasn't able to clear the death proof, but she's giving death proof back to the team. And the thing about getting death proof back to the team is that also re-ups the safeguard mechanic, and then also the drain mechanic. So you'll see, like, when Gamora does damage, you'll see like numbers of her, being able to heal herself, but there's just like constant amounts of healing going. You can see that even though the safeguard fell off turn 1, it's back because of Gamora's ability. And so now it's just a matter of them going in and just taking care of the team, right? Okay, so Phyla is going to go right here, and I believe she's going to put barrier up on the team, which is fantastic. Here we go. Adam Warlock goes, puts ability block on Kestrel. We're just going to take care of Kestrel. All right, here we go. Go again. Go. Barrier. Great. Look at the barrier right there. Fantastic. Kestrel's gone. This is kind of a big deal right here. I mentioned earlier that basically when the Heroes for Hires has charged, they get 175% resistance per charge. But look at this. This particular attack, which clears the positive effects, has 1,000% focus. Yep, it's gone. Well, it didn't get rid of all of it, but it got rid of most of it, right? They're just going to slice and dice through this team. And because of the drain mechanic, when they have death proof and the massive damage on Gamora, they just slice through them like a million times over. I mean, this is just a matter of time at this point. You can see that this team basically has the features of sustain. So they have massive amounts of drain, right? When they drop below 50%, they're going to be getting death proof, getting defense up, getting deflect. When they have death proof, they're also going to get safeguard, and they're going to get the drain mechanic. So it's and then 3 of the characters on the team have a one-time revive. I can't wait to do mirror match. It sounds like so much fun. You have no idea how much fun this is going to be to do this every day in the arena for a year. Mirror match on mirror match. And I'm sure there's going to be a way to counter this, and which is always fun to figure out how to counter for the first 10 minutes that you figure out how to counter it. But it's the remaining 6 months, once you've already figured it out, how tedious it becomes if it becomes a long, drawn-out match. Hopefully it's not more than once we figure out the formula on how to do a mirror match. And I've got some ideas on how that's going to work out, but I think we just got to wait to see if this is the final form of the kit or not. But yeah, they're just pinging through all of the charges here. They're really not even making a dent into the team. This just seems so straightforward, getting through it. And this team slices and dices. Heroes for Hire is no joke. We're talking massive punch downs typically to beat this team, and they're just systematically breaking through it because these positive effects. Now, I do think that immunity is probably going to be a key to defeating the Infinity Watch team, but we'll have to see how that plays out. There's some ways of getting immunity on the team which are very interesting, and being able to get through it. But yeah, they're not even a dent into the team here. All right, let's go take a look at some more footage here. I've got footage of them versus like a hybrid team. Hybrid teams are what we're seeing right now, mostly inside of the arena. That footage was war footage. So the war footage is what the war bonuses were enabled. All right, so here we've got like the standard arena team right here. Although most people are running Zemo instead of Black Bolt, but you get the idea. It's a very strong team, right? Again, they spawn with all kinds of craziness, safeguard, defense up, immunity. All of them spawn with those 3. And then Nebula is probably going to go very first. And then when Nebula goes, she gives evasion to the whole team. We all have evasion. Now, this opposing team here does not have death proof. So they're not going to, that's to the other team's credit. They don't have death proof. But look at that. What the AI wastes a turn because they had evasion, right? From Nebula taking her turn. Still, we got Gamora. That's the Gamora empowered animation. But slice and dice. Oh, you think Kestrel's overpowered and ruining the game? You think Silver Surfer's overpowered and ruining the game? You think that was massive power creep? What do you think this is? Oh my God, this game has gone into straight power creep mode. And the reason why it worries me is that, like, for example, how are you going to get Adam Warlock? I think a lot of people are saying, well, where's Polaris? How are we going to get Polaris? No word on where Polaris is going to be. No word on where Shatterstar is going to be. Mum has been in the data mine to be in a hard node. Looks like that's fine, right? Then they said there's going to be a Jubilee event, and Longshot's going to Arena Store. They said there's going to be a Jubilee legendary event before Adam Warlock. But here's the thing, and the thing that I take issue with the most is with Polaris. If you bought both strike passes, you still wouldn't have enough you wouldn't have enough Polaris shards to get her to 5 stars. And a lot, as a reward for buying both strike passes, you get no access to Butterman. His skin looks like butter. You get no access to Butterman. Oh my God. Anyways, I've got more footage here. This is footage of against Black Order, and this is arena footage. Check this out right here. We're just gonna play this. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, of course we have to wait till it comes into the game. It looks very strong. Looks like it's going to be a counter to Heroes Higher. Looks like it's going to do well in arena. What I'm worried about is that we have no idea how to get Polaris. Is nobody going to be able to get this team? Secondly, what does a mirror match in the arena look like this 6 months from now? Is that going to be Brotherhood 2.0, but worse because the team has a lot of revive mechanics and has a lot of sustain mechanics? I've played that before in other Hero Collector games, and I did not enjoy it at all. Did not enjoy it at all. Yeah, so of course it walks over this team. The kit seems to be and I know there's going to be a way to counter this team right here behind. There always is a way of countering a team. And not only that, they'll probably sell us a solution 3 months from now. Just like Adam Warlock is a solution to Heroes for Hire, they're probably a solution to this team offered up to us. It's just that, you know, with this power creep of Kestrel and Silver Surfer, and then this team in Heroes for Hire, where does this leave the rest of my roster? It's soon, you know, these teams coming out super powerful are directly devaluing all of the prior teams I had before, like Black Order and Marauders. I mean, I know that that's the natural progression of all games to have some sort of power creep. I just feel that this is a little bit excessive in power leap. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm gonna let this play out for a second, but yeah, they walk over them, right? I think we kind of know that they're just gonna walk over this team. Are you excited about it? Are you disappointed because you don't have Polaris? Are you annoyed that you're gonna have to play against this team and it looks complicated? Are you happy because you have high red stars on Gamora and Nebula? I bet you there's a lot of people that are pretty thrilled. Also, other than Adam Warlock, it looks like one of them, of the two new characters, is going to be a Red Guardian / Anna Venom style milestones event, and I believe the other one's going to be a campaign event. So I do think that we'll have relatively okay access to Moondragon and Phyla. Adam Warlock is going to be the tricky one to get, and then of course veteran players already have Gamora and Nebula. So really it's going to be locked behind. The whole team is going to be locked behind getting Adam Warlock, which is locked behind Jubilee and X Factor. That's the way it is, man. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Are you concerned about this? Like I am. I'm a little bit concerned, but we'll have to see until it comes out. Still no official date on the Adam Warlock event, but I'm guessing that it's about 4 weeks away. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Bye.
See, my eyebrows are even black. Have my aunt put it on. Makeup. Yeah, it's not really dyed. The eyebrows aren't. Yeah, like these. I was listening to dubstep.